Welcome to the Benedict Castle Car Show. I'm meant to have none other than Mr. Chip Foose with me right now, but he's off like a cat wandering around the showgrounds looking at cars when he's meant to be hosting with me. So what are we looking at?
The engine makes 3,900 horsepower on the dyno.
Hold on, the engine makes 3,900 horsepower.
The reason it is called the Imposter is because it's really a Corvette. It's got the Impala clothing over a 2009 Corvette. And we took it to Detroit to compete at Detroit Autorama. Two of my good friends were there to help us clean the car up and compete. And that was Steve and Tana Mank. Since that day that we competed, you two have become the caretakers of this car. And I have to thank you for taking such great care of it. The car still looks brand new.
Yeah, thank you very, very much.
Well, what are we looking at here? What vehicle is this?
It's just one of my
creations.
Yes.
I mean, it looks like a rocket on the ground, doesn't it?
I have all my cars look like rockets.
All look like rockets.
This comes from a period of time when you went to the original Chip Foose back in the 1920s, 30s.
That was a phenomenal period in the automotive industry. You bought a chassis and then you took that to a designer and a coach builder. And that's what this whole era was about.
I asked Rolls-Royce once if they'll ever do an Elon Musk and would they make a driverless car? And the PR director of Rolls-Royce looked at me and said, "Dear boy, we've been making the driverless car for over 100 years. He wears a cap and has white gloves. This is an American Rolls-Royce, a thoroughbred. Do you get a lot of respect on the street when you're driving this car?"
Buying the Silver Ghost changed my life.
When Maserati wanted to build road cars, they had the coach builder, which was Vignali. For road components, they went to England. So it has Girling brakes, Salisbury rear end, Smith's gauges, Lucas fuel injection, ZF transmission, 5-speed.
What was it about this car that made you want to put this in your corral?
The design, this was the last model with the race-derived inline 6. This was very historical, and that's why I got it.
It is like a little British Bulldog. It feels like you're breaking the law at every turn.
I've owned about 4 or 5 minis, but this was a marvelous car to drive.
Right, so who wants to start the bidding off of $500? That's Pete Townsend's favourite guitar.
We're going to go to Europe, we're going to win the World Championship.
What made you bring your car along to Team Challenge today?
When these go out in public, look at everybody in the crowd. We are inspiring people.
I can almost see how the creators of the later Batman movies got their inspiration for Batman's car.
This is the funnest vehicle I have ever driven.
You gotta get in the passenger seat. There's no way, if you get me in there, I'll never get out.